Nola said daily personal accountability kills excuses. Again, this is from a TikTok live, again, about 18, 19 months ago. And here's the point of that story. Lola said, learn, stop making excuses for your behavior, learn to change. Right. Correct. So, and I know there are people who have had potentially harder existences than me. We just not come across them. So I'm not saying that, oh, my trauma, my pain is bigger than someone else's. This isn't a matter of comparing trauma. What I am saying is that none of that shit stopped me. So some people use that as a reason to not have performed, to not, well, the reason why I can't is because I didn't get hugged enough, because the reason why I can't be in a functional relationship, because that bullshit. Neurologically, you can wire your brain to do things that your ancestors could not. That you can override the DNA and everything else neurologically because of the plasticity of the brain. So when people start making excuses, I really just don't want to hear what the fuck else you got to say. Credit and blame is an unaccountable behavior, and it's acceptable in the world. Well, because I didn't, because that, no, personal accountability. Yep, you're destroying your life. You're right. I am going to go study. And the reason why that story is so important is because I went to a CTA high school. And what happens is, in order to go to that school, I don't know if it's still the same as fucking 40 years ago, you had to take the tests in the 8th grade. We had to get an application in the 8th grade. So the 7th grade grades in social studies, math, English, and science are what they use to determine if you had a 3.0 or above to get the application. So while my sister was out in the streets chasing ballers and my mother was out in the street chasing a crack high in the 7th grade, had I not taken my ass in my room and did my homework, then I wouldn't have been able to get the application in the 8th grade to take the test to see if I could get into CTA school. So that's why you don't let you be a thermostat, not a thermometer. Because if I had been a thermometer and said, fuck it, I'm business, because at 13, I started a landscape business. So I was cutting grass, but I could have been cutting crack and been selling it and making a gang of money. And guess who wouldn't have been able to potentially to get into the CTA school? So I did go cut grass and have dirty hands, clean money, and got my grades where they were up. So by the time, and I didn't know it in the 7th grade, that's what you needed. And so when I got the application to take the test, guess where my mama was? In fucking rehab for 4 months. So now I got to take this test. Was she recovering from her 18-month crack addiction? So I could have been like, damn, I failed the test because my mama was in treatment. I had to live with my aunt for 4 months. Didn't let that shit stop me. Went to the doggone school and had to catch a bus, a city bus, 59 minutes one way. I had to walk 3 blocks in the dark to get to the bus stop. It was only Brian Lawton was the only other person besides me that got on the bus before me. We rode that Grand River bus from one end to the other end. And did that for 4 years. Rain, sleet, snow. I don't know if y'all know about the weather in Detroit, Michigan, but it ain't nice. And the buses back then did not have air conditioner. 4 years of that. So when people start telling me about excuses, I'm like, yeah, you just say you ain't want to do it. Just say you ain't want to do it. Because my daddy used to be a drunk, and Leslie Darnell Thomas would walk down the street fighting the air with all of us sitting on the porch. They'd be like, there go y'all drunk daddy. There go y'all drunk daddy. And I say his name today because I look just like him and I got his DNA. I'm smart because of him. So did he have an alcoholism problem? Absolutely. But he gave me the smarts, as they say. So you could use an excuse if you want to. I'm just not about to listen to the shit. Kevin said you have to decide to be victorious or be the victim. And Sabrina said removing obstacles and exercising tact in achieving personal goals. Okay, the next one is skip the line. You are still in the TikTok playlist. It is skip the line. I have on black brain t-shirt with the red and white brain background. Skip the line. Skip the line. Same playlist. Remember your dots after you watch the video.